Jonesborough is where we're at today. It's spelled Jonesborough. The historical name was Jonesboro. The town is located in Washington County, and it's the county seat of Washington County, Tennessee. It's located in the southeastern United States, and the population during the 2010 census was 5,975. And also, Jonesborough is Tennessee's oldest town. Jonesborough is also a part of the Johnson City metropolitan area, which is a component of the Johnson City, Kingsport, Bristol, Tennessee, and Virginia. Bristol is located in both Tennessee and Virginia, and a combined area commonly known as the Tri-Cities region. Jonesborough was founded in 1779, 17 years before Tennessee became a state, and while the area was under the jurisdiction of North Carolina. It was named after North Carolina legislator Willie Jones, who had supported the state's westward expansion across the Appalachian Mountains. The town was renamed Jonesboro for a period of time, but it has been changed back to the original spelling. Jonesborough was originally a part of the Washington District. In 1784, it became the capital of the autonomous state of Franklin, ostensibly named after American founding father Benjamin Franklin. Congress, however, never recognized Franklin, which was reclaimed by North Carolina in late 1788. Jonesborough is often considered to be the center of the abolitionist movement within the states that would join the Confederacy during the American Civil War. A Mr. Embry printed his publication, The Emancipator, from Jonesborough. Publication began in 1820, marking The Emancipator the first American periodical to be dedicated exclusively to the issue of the abolition of slavery. While Tennessee would later join the Confederacy, most East Tennesseans had Unionist leanings. They were generally subsistence farmers and held relatively few slaves compared to landowners in Middle Tennessee or the plantation area of the Delta near the Mississippi River. In the 1840s, Jonesborough became the second hometown to the Jonesborough Whig, a newspaper published by William G. Parson Brownlow after Brownlow relocated the paper from Elizabethton, Tennessee, where it had been in publication for approximately 2 years. Brownlow and rival editor, Methodist circuit rider Landon Carter Haynes brawled in the streets of Jonesborough in May 1840. Over the next several years, the two newspapermen bashed one another and their respective papers, each managing at times to thwart the other's political ambitions. Haynes left the newspaper business in 1845, and Brownlow, who later was elected as governor, moved the Whig to Knoxville in 1849. Today, Jonesborough attracts heritage tourism because of its historical status as Tennessee's oldest town and its significant historic preservation efforts that have preserved a rich architectural fabric. The town's museum describes the local heritage of tobacco farming. The historic Chester Inn, built in 1797, still stands in downtown Jonesborough. The Jonesborough Historic District was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1969. The oldest surviving building, the Christopher Taylor House, built in 1777, about a mile outside of the original town limits, was relocated to a lot within the historic district, and you'll see that on this video. Jonesborough is the home to the International Storytelling Center, which holds the annual National Storytelling Festival on the first full weekend in October. The festival builds on the Appalachian, I have a tendency to call it Appalachian, it's Appalachian culture, tradition of storytelling, and has been drawing people from around the world for more than 35 years. Large tents are pitched in parks around town, and storytellers sit on stages or at the head of the main tent to perform. Occasionally, performances are interrupted by a moment. It's interrupted for a moment by the passing Norfolk and Southern Railway trains, and I have a picture, or I have some video on this video of that railroad track. It runs right through town, or on the other side of the main thoroughfare through Jonesborough. Jonesborough is situated in an area where the watershed of the Watauga River meets the watershed of the Nolichucky River. The Watauga passes approximately 10 miles to the northeast of Jonesborough, and the Nolichucky passes roughly 10 miles to the southwest. The town's principal stream, Little Limestone Creek, is part of the Nolichucky watershed. Jonesborough is centered on the junction of Andrew Johnson Highway, which is part of both U.S. Route 321 and U.S. Route 11E, which connects the town to Greenville to the southwest and Johnson City to the northeast, and State Route 81, which connects Jonesborough to Interstate 81 to the northwest and Interstate 26 at Irwin to the southeast. Other information about Jonesborough. One little legendary piece of information is the Christopher Taylor House, built in 1777, which you will see in this video. A local legend holds that the ghost of Andrew Jackson occasionally appears in the vicinity of a historic cabin in a town park. In 1788, future U.S. President Jackson spent several months in Jonesborough awaiting a caravan, and during this time he lodged in a cabin belonging to Major Christopher Taylor, which was located about a mile outside of town. In 1974, this cabin was removed from its original spot and reconstructed in town. The ghost supposedly walks up to the front door and disappears into the building. The ghost has also been reportedly seen walking down the street in the direction of the old courthouse.